guess I'm passionately pimping. It is what it seems, that thing imprinting through the seam of my jeans, by all means.
What's up, YouTube? It's Kaon, aka Kaon Puts You On, and today we are talking about real hip-hop is back. Okay, real hip-hop is back, so all my anti-hip-hop fans, you're cooked. Y'all are cooked. Okay, and I think when we talk about hip-hop being back, we kind of have to talk about the fall-off of hip-hop. And as always, if you like the content, make sure you hit me with a like and subscribe, and comment down what your thoughts are, how you're feeling, and check out the other videos too. But let's get into it. So, when we're talking about the fall off of hip-hop, I feel like over the past few years, it feels like there's been some kind of rhetoric that hip-hop culture is like dying, or that it has been dead. And I feel like that's kind of started since around like 2016. This claim was kind of made popular, I think, in the mumble rap era with like Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan, and Migos, kind of with that Atlanta and South style rap. And I think it was really highlighted during the melodic rap era with like Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, XXX. And since then, even I have had kind of a harsh view of the current state of hip-hop. I made a video called Hip Hop Can't Be Mainstream, which is still relevant to my overall thinking of this, but I think my view has slightly changed. Even FD Signifier was a little disappointed with the state of the culture after the release of the Clipse album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. This is where we get into Hip Hop Strikes Back, okay? The success and conversation around this Clipse album actually revitalized kind of my belief that hip-hop culture is still persevering, and I will be the first to admit that it's not at its strongest currently. And when I say hip-hop culture, I'm mainly talking about like the authenticity and the back-to-basics type of rap that we saw in the rise of hip-hop in the 90s, with like A Tribe Called Quest, with Tupac, Biggie, that era, Wu-Tang Clan. And I think in the past 2 years, like, we saw Kendrick take down Drake, which I say that like he was like an endgame boss. It was not like that deep, but it was kind of deep. But I want to highlight kind of that rap disc culture remaining in the current state of hip-hop. We had projects like Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia, which featured a lot of vulnerability similar to Vince Staples' Dark Times. Similarly to that, the Clipse album I just mentioned, and now more recently the JID project, God Does Like Ugly, which isn't a surprise because JID breathes and lives rap. And all that to say that we are still getting so many projects which are on the Billboard Top 200, like all those projects were. And I think JID's project will be too, it just released. Which I would consider the Billboard Top 200 to be kind of a moniker for what is to be considered mainstream. I think that these albums kind of feature a lot of rap fundamentals that hip-hop heads feel are lost within the game. And that kind of leads me to A New Hope. And I can understand like this pessimistic outlook if you are a huge rap fan. You see the Opium Wave, you see Ken Carson, Playboi Carti, Net Spencer, Xavier So Bass, you see all those people and you start to cry a little bit because you're like, oh my gosh, like, where are my goats at? Where are my hip-hop fundamentalists? Where are the regular sounds, the boom bap, the kick on the 2 and the 4? Why is there so much synth wave going on? And I think it can be scary as like a hip-hop head. And I can understand that kind of view because you're fearful that what makes rap won't exist anymore. But I think we can kind of use this time to be excited that we have such a wide range of rap. Whereas before, I feel like with people like Run DMC, with people like Drake, with people like Vanilla Ice, and these kind of people that make mainstream art, they make songs to be played in the club. We can even talk about a T-Pain, who don't necessarily kind of have a lot of those fundamentals of rap, where we kind of see like a message, we see a deep dive in the lyrics and things like that. And more so, we kind of see like a culture of club bangers. That was kind of a thing for a long time where we had the fundamentalists of rap and we had the club bangers, you know what I'm saying? And I think that also persisted within that 2016 era, especially with Migos and kind of the southern rap still being pioneered within different clubs and things like that. So you are making music for the clubs. It's great to see that we have this wide range of music. I think it's easy to get lost in the weeds of your own subgenre. And I say this as a person who loves multiple different types of music. I love to hear Xavier So Bass sometimes. I'd love to hear Clipse. I want to hear Vince Staples most of the time. But I think you get trapped in a bubble very easily. It's so easy to get stuck in this rap bubble and music bubble in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be rap. I think with even in pop, even in country, you can get lost kind of in this kerfuffle of different type of music, especially with like the oversaturation of the market. I think it's important to be excited that we have so much good music and that hip hop is kind of evolving right in front of our eyes. There's kids that are getting introduced to hip hop, and maybe they get introduced to Lil Yachty, okay, but he might take them down a rabbit hole of Biggie. He might take them down a rabbit hole of like some of his favorites, like maybe like Gucci Mane or something, or like some people from kind of that southernish sound. And so I think we need to like be more open to bringing in different types of hip hop fans and educating them. I'm gonna probably make a video about this, but I think there's a lot of hip hop heads that really put Alchemist, like Madlib, people in that kind of era, Earl Sweatshirt, like rappers, MF Doom, kind of on this crazy pedestal, and they kind of dismiss a Gucci Mane. We kind of push people like 808 Mafia to the side.
All right, Jay Dilla, Madlib, or is that a white question? Because you're having a great time.
That was a white question.
Yeah, it was a white question. Yeah. They're incredible though.
Hey, don't kill me, nobody. Who are those? Who are they?
As hip hop heads, like I would consider myself a little bit of a hip hop head. That's done often, even in a lot of the rooms that I'm talking to people in, a lot of the conversations within kind of the music space. It's rare that you kind of have a conversation about a lot of this Southern influence, and you mostly hear about West Coast and East Coast in terms of being the big influencers. Whereas you don't necessarily hear about like a Chicago producer, Chop, I think is his name, who kind of pioneered drill production with Chief Keef and Lil Reese and them. As hip-hop fans, as rap fans, we need to appreciate everyone, okay? We need to bring in the fold everyone, no matter who they are, all the contributors. And I think give flowers, give light, give love. And that way we can, if we feel like there's something that we need to educate in terms of like, oh, maybe they don't understand that like, Pharrell's influence on this, and this, or Madlib's influence on this, and Jay Dilla's influence. We can educate them because we've allowed people to not be gatekept. That's pretty much the thesis of this video. Just enjoy rap, enjoy hip hop, educate where you can, and don't be rude about it. Be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, be smooth about your education. A part of preserving hip hop culture and rap culture is to be understanding of its evolution. I think as old heads, it's easy to get lost. And I think FD Signifier kind of touched on this point within his video as well, so you should definitely check that out. I really like that video, and it kind of inspired kind of some of these thoughts that I'm having now. Yeah, I think like as we get older, we need to kind of usher in the new age. And it may not be something you're familiar with. It may lose kind of that boom bap sound. You may have to start getting the synths. Just hear them out. Hear out what's going on. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but like give it a try. Give it a listen. There's so much rap that I will listen to, even if I know I won't like it, bro. Like Freddie Gibbs, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Freddie Gibbs guy. Not yet, at least. I'm not like, he's cool, he has really good songs, and I bump some of his songs. I have a lot of his newest album, Alfredo 2, out on my playlist. But am I a super big Freddie Gibbs fan? No. But I know what he means to a lot of people within the game and a lot of rap fans. So I give him a try, because that's what you should do. Like, get out of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable, enjoy rap. That's what it's here for. Enjoy the music. And now, I'm not saying enjoy all rap. Some people got to be called out, and you know who you are. I don't even need to say it. I've probably made videos on these people. As always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please hit me with a like and follow, subscribe. Whatever you feel, and comment what you think down below. Like, I could be wrong, I could be missing some points. Please let me know. I love having these conversations. And yeah, definitely check out my other platforms. Instagram, I give updates. I also have like a subscriber Instagram page where like, I think it's like $2 a month, but I kind of give behind the scenes footage and kind of what I'm doing. So there's that. I have 2 subscribers currently. So we're trying to get that to 3. Okay, we're trying to get that to 3. And then I have a Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays normally. Now, if something comes up or life happens, I won't be able to stream, but I give updates on my Instagram usually. So definitely check out there. And then I have a TikTok and Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts that I make short form music content on. So please check me out there. We are growing, okay? The community is growing. Discord probably coming soon. Website really coming soon. That I'm like working on right now. So I should have a website, K-On puts you on type of vibe, where I'm kind of talking about smaller artists or fashion or art that I enjoy, that I think should be highlighted, that I think it's cool. I might write about it. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. That'll also be updated probably on my Instagram or Twitter as well. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Peace out. Be smooth.